Hello, Naysayer Nation. We are back once again. We survived another week in the Orange Man's America. It is time.
It's not even his yet. Like, if we want to be technical,
it's technically my country. Well, no, we're still here. Nothing too crazy happened in the world of gaming. It's kind of slow week. We had Lego Horizon launch. We had
flop.
Yeah. That I honestly haven't tapped into it. When I didn't get a code, I was like, I don't care. I'll just see what JayShockblast thinks about it.
Well, we'll talk about that.
so we'll get into that. More importantly, Jay finally did his homework, so we'll actually be able to talk about Penguin season 1. That finale had everybody talking. Absolutely crazy. We're going to go over that. We also had a big Marvel Rivals week. We had a bunch of new, very big. Had a bunch of new reveals. Some
roadmap.
Some brief controversy. So we'll go over what's coming in Marvel Rivals because it's looking very exciting. Everyone's pretty hyped up for what they've seen so far, and I think it's going to be a really good launch. I hope everything goes well. But first, we'll say what's up to the chat. Congratulations on Marvel for being first. Old Man Eastwood in the building. So Como, Steven, D Savage, Gabe. What's up?
So today, I happened to notice Infinite Legacy added me as a friend on PlayStation. And I was like, oh, I wasn't friends with him yet because I don't pay attention anymore. So I accepted it. And then I'm like, oh, I hope there's not other people here that have added me over the last 3 years since I last checked.
Probably.
That I know. I did find a few people, and one of them was Eastwood from like 2 years ago. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Is this you, Eastwood? I posted on your Discord, and it was confirmed. And
it's pretty bad, Jay.
I don't look because I get so many. I'd like over 300. I'll put you this way: I deleted so many. PlayStation told me I couldn't delete anymore. Like they just wouldn't load anymore. So
pause.
Yeah, I saw your reply, Eastwood. So, but yeah, I added you finally. I went through the like over 300 and only accepted like 6 of them because I didn't really know who anybody else was.
That's fair.
And I used to just add, like during the Marvel Heroes days, I would just add everybody. And I regret that now because I have like 2,000 people on my friends list. I don't know who almost any of them are. And so many people, like a big pet peeve of mine, like if your name is JayShockblast on Twitter, it should be that everywhere. All right. Yeah, like get an identity, all right, and try to keep it. Like
it's called brand synergy.
Don't be like JayShockblast on Twitter and then Skeletor rules on PlayStation because I ain't keeping track of that.
True. Yeah.
So
be Eastwood on every platform.
Yeah, so like as long as I do my best to keep up with people, but like if I can't like see your name and know who you are, you're out. I'm
and if you can't see your name and knows who you are, he'll get you in about 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So either way, not ideal. But we got a fun show. We're gonna talk Rivals. We're gonna talk Penguin, of course, and we're gonna talk a little of our competitor. Well, we're actually streaming partially on Twitch right now, but crazy week in Twitch. A couple of days ago, we had reports of a Twitch Adpocalypse. Mm-hmm. For those unfamiliar, Adpocalypse, I believe it was coined during the YouTube Adpocalypse. Is essentially when advertisers start fleeing a platform due to some sort of controversy. And in the case of Twitch, it's honestly kind of surprising. It hasn't happened sooner. Twitch has been pretty wild, particularly over the last 6 months. There's been people saying they want to unalive this person, putting out bounties on people's heads, saying soldiers they hope they get PTSD. All sorts of crazy stuff has been going on Twitch. Biggest one that I think may have pushed things over the edge is like just comical levels of anti-Semitism, and apparently it's finally caught up because there's a bunch of big content creators reporting that they're seeing massive drops in their ad revenue over the last few years, as much as 95% from what I've heard.
That's insane.
We actually have a thread here. This is actually probably the craziest thing I've ever heard a streamer say. So be ready for this, Jay. But this is a thread of the various streamers on Twitch who reported to see this huge drop in revenue. This is the stock guy. He said his revenue was down 95%, and he's just going to start disabling ads because it's not worth it.
Right.
The interruption. But this is Lacey. He's part of Phase. He said his revenue went down 80%. He said he went from $10,000 a day at some points to now he's down to $2,000 a day.
No.
This is what he had to say. This is pretty great.
My ad revenue went from $10,000 plus at some points per day to now like $2,000 a day. So from someone who was making upwards of 5 figures a day, now only making $2,000 a day off ad revenue, something's wrong. Something's going on where my ad revenue is not correct and it's not what it should be. If I want to make $2,000 a day, I'll go be a fucking mailman, okay? So Twitch, if you don't fix my ad revenue and put it back to normal, I'm not going to be streaming on the platform. I don't care. I don't do this for fun. I don't do this. This is my job. I do this to make a living.
Okay.
Lot to unpack here.
Okay, first of all, if you're right, I will give him this. If you're getting people to watch that many ads and it would normally pay that much money, you deserve to get paid that much money. I understand that he's upset that there's something going on with the ads. I don't think there's something wrong. I think they're not getting the revenue to make those payouts. As you know, on YouTube, you get paid different in November than you do in like January, like it all depends. But like,
this is why it's particularly alarming to a lot of creators, because it's supposed to be the time where ad revenue is the highest.
But you can tell this kid has never had a real job before.
100%.
Like, imagine a mailman making $2,000. I would quit YouTube and go be a mailman if you made $2,000 a day.
$2,000 a day is outrageous.
Yeah, I think you maybe you would get, because I have family in the mail that work for the post office. So $2,000, I mean, maybe every 10 days after a certain point. But I mean, you're probably going to make $50,000-$60,000 a year. But maybe more as an entry level postal worker.
But a day,
right? Exactly.
The only unless they're delivering heroin on behalf of a cartel, there's no mail delivery person.
Yeah,
$2,000 a day.
Yeah. So obviously, it like a lot of people can't relate to what he's saying, and I do understand. Like I can never relate to. Sure. $10,000 a day in ad revenue, but
obviously we don't want to. Obviously, this guy is a fucking moron. Right. But the greater point is, to make this more relatable. Imagine you're working you're working your job, whatever your 9 to 5, you're making maybe like $2,000 a month. Say that you have a decent job, you're making $2,000 a month. Say, without warning, your next paycheck was, instead of $2,000, $500.
Right. The problem is he just doesn't understand how unrelatable his point is. and a lot of people aren't going to feel bad for it. And I don't know if that's necessarily like the right takeaway. Obviously, a revenue drop of 80% is concerning, like it's definitely, but like to say, oh, Twitch, screw you for this. Like there's obviously a reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a reason. And the current theory is that and this has been, there's some people, I think Stock Guy specifically was told that because he had a deal fall through, he said that they were reconsidering things because of the current climate at Twitch. So it seems like this could very well be backlash as a result of all the controversies that Twitch hasn't been addressing. There have been a lot of complaints that they've been allowing certain political streamers to basically get away with insane amount of stuff because they have the right politics. There was also the whole situation where it turns out Twitch was blocking people in Israel for a year from creating Twitch accounts.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and it's something they did know about. Like this, it was being like widely reported, but they didn't do anything about it until like big creators like Asmongold started calling it to say, wait a minute, you're not letting people from Israel create accounts. What's happening over here? So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I've talked to a couple of Twitch creators. So far, it hasn't affected everybody. I know Venta in particular said that she hasn't noticed any drop off in her ad revenue yet. She said she's still doing okay. Hopefully that continues. But yeah, Twitch is definitely it's some shit if this is going down, because it's funny at the same time that advertisers are apparently leaving Twitch, they're apparently coming back to Twitter. I just heard Disney, IBM, and some other huge companies are going to start advertising on Twitch again, which is insane. I would never Twitter. I would never call it X.
Right.
Ever.
I've noticed though, Twitter is very dead lately. Like it doesn't feel the same anymore. I've noticed a lot of people are trying to go over to Blue Sky.
Yeah,
and I have a Blue Sky, but I am not interested in going back and forth. Like somebody needs to create an app that I can log into my freaking Twitter, my Blue Sky, my Threads, my Instagram, my Pornhub, my MySpace, my Friendster.
What was that other one?
Whatever, all my accounts, I can just write something in the one place and it'll just go out everywhere. Because it feels extremely corny, like typing up something on Twitter and then going up to Blue Sky and copying and pasting it there.
Yeah,
I just don't do it.
Yeah, you don't want to have to have all these tabs open. You got to post your status on the hub. You got to post your status on Facebook.
I mean, listen, some people just are trying to get attention. No,
I feel like I haven't really noticed anything different with Twitter. The only thing I noticed is that a lot of people are saying that they're leaving Blue Sky, but they're constantly saying this on Twitter, where they'll have Blue Sky a link they'll have an advertisement for their Blue Sky in their name now or something.
Yeah, I have noticed I've been losing followers, and I don't know if it's because I'm a douchebag or if it's because they're closing their accounts. So and obviously High Ruler knows my P schedule.
What was that? Yeah, I'm sure there are some people legitimately deleting their accounts, but It feels like I'm gonna wait and see on this whole Blue Sky thing, because this is not the first or even the third time a bunch of people said that they were leaving Twitter for Blue Sky, and they just always came back to Twitter.
Yeah, I just like, I've seen people talk about how it's like, man, I've built up this gathering here, and not for nothing, like, you know, it's hard to tell somebody to go start over, you know, and that's like my biggest issue with the status of YouTube. Like, YouTube wants you to create like 14 different channels to do the same thing, you know, and it's like, well, I built this one up, and why can't they just all watch my video game videos here? You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm this has been a disheartening week, because I've been waiting for this Lego Horizon game all year, or since June.
How was it? Yeah, how was the Lego Horizon? I heard some mixed reviews.
Yeah, the mixed reviews are deserved. Okay, so this is the way I've been describing it. It is not a Lego game. It is a game built out of Legos. Okay, so all the things that TT Games did to create a fun Lego atmosphere, like that a lot of people enjoy and have gotten used to, are missing. Like, you know, it's like you're just playing an entry-level Horizon game with, you know, some of that, you know, humor, the charm, but like, it's like there's almost nothing to break, you know, and in the Lego games, you're breaking everything.
Right.
The stuff that you build is mostly pointless. Every once in a while you build a bridge or a zip line, but otherwise you're building like snowmen and igloos and sandcastles, and it's just so you can get studs, which is the currency. That is what they call it. That is the currency in Lego games, studs. There's only 4 playable characters, which are annoying to switch in and out of. You have to like either at the start of the level you switch them then, or in the hub you have to like go find, they're each at a stationary location, and you have to go basically tag out from them. So listen, I had to explain that is what they call it in Lego games. I am in fact an expert in Legoology.
Hyrule is a stud. He's going to Taylor Swift. Only a stud goes see Taylor Swift.
I don't know, you know.
Well, I take that back then.
Actually, we got that at the movie theater.
Except the exceptions exist.
But like, it's a charming game. It is fun. It's quick. Like, you could probably, like, I've seen people say they got the platinum in 12 hours. And it took me longer than that because I was like doing other stuff in between, and but like, it is repetitive. You're basically playing the story of the first game, which I think we already kind of knew. There are outfits that you can unlock, so you can like have you can have Aloy running around as a hot dog, or characters from Lego Ninjago, which is actually kind of cool. Lego Ninjago game is the game I would compare it to the most, because it was the most on rails game that I think they really did, or like the first Lego movie game. So it's just it's on rails. You're on a certain path. Like, the customization stuff it's okay if you're in the hub world, but you can't like change stuff on the fly.
Right.
You know, I just finished my script. I'm actually going to do a review for it. It's not a bad game. Like, that's the thing. It's fun, but it's just, if you're used to the Lego games, it's missing so much. Like, it doesn't have that soul of the traditional Lego games. So, and I always kind of wondered why they picked Horizon, because it feels weird. Like, have you ever met a Horizon fan? Like, somebody that just identifies as like you meet like God of War fans, you meet like GTA fans, you meet like these type of people. But have you ever met anybody that's like obsessed with Horizon?
No.
Because I haven't either. And I don't understand. I mean, all right, cool. They got a second game. Then they got the VR game. Then they got the Lego game. Now they're going to get apparently a multiplayer game. And I just don't see it. But I will say that this actually seems to have come from the Lego group themselves. Apparently they were big Horizon fans over there, and they were talking with Sony about collabing on a Lego game because TT lost their exclusivity deal. And I think that's why everything kind of went into turmoil over there. But the two Lego games, major Lego games, the two major Lego games that have released outside of TT games are this one and Lego 2K Drive. And both of them are not Lego games. I always said about Lego 2K Drive, this is a kart racer in a Lego world. Okay. It is a Lego themed kart racer. I will say that the car customizer is the best Lego thing they've ever done. But I was about to tell Sadot about that, Colin, but we'll finish this thought and move on. Is it worth buying? I don't know if it's worth buying at full price for most people. I think a fair price is $40. Because I think that's what Lego Ninjago launched at and Lego the movie. It's a pretty straightforward platinum though. So I did get my platinum trophy. Just a little bit of mindless grinding at the end, but otherwise, I liked it. Ashley Birch is Aloy, and I think because it's in a Lego environment, she got to be more Tiny Tina as Aloy. So that was kind of cool. I think she makes everything good. But I mean, there's some corny stuff. I would have thought God of War would have been perfect too, but you got to think about it like this. There is a certain thing that Lego looks for when they make these games, and that kind of like fun. Aloy is the perfect character for it. Kratos isn't,
that would be. But
I would love it if they did a second game and did the second Forbidden West storyline. Like I would play it, I would buy it. I have no problem doing it. My videos have absolutely flopped though.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Like they're doing awful.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird though. Like I know a lot of people who like Horizon, but it just seems like it's not. Yeah, it feels like it's not as universally popular as the numbers would indicate that it is, because based on the numbers, Horizon is undoubtedly one of Sony's most successful franchises.
Sure.
Does extremely well. Sells comparably to God of War, but yeah, there's definitely not as much fervor when a new Horizon drops comparatively. I'm not sure why it is, but I know a lot of people like the character and the games, but yeah, it's just maybe because it's a relatively new franchise. I mean, God of War has had we're on like the fifth God of War game now.
But I feel like every step of the way, God of War has always felt huge every time they put something out. And it just doesn't feel that way with Horizon. Like this is the first Horizon game I've finished, And
this is only the third Horizon game overall.
Sure, but I mean, like the other two, I liked them. I have you can see it right there. I have the Aloy statue.
But it doesn't. But it definitely feels like, especially when Forbidden West came out, considering how popular Zero Dawn was, it felt like Forbidden West was anticipated, but not like God of War or even like Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
Well, it just feels maybe it's just we're just in a bubble, like we're not inside the Aloy bubble. Because
I don't know where the Aloy bubble is though.
I don't know.
I don't know. The Last of Us, like a lot of these other Sony like titles that don't get as much support as Horizon seems to get. Like they all seem so much more popular. And I'm not like hating on Horizon. Like I didn't finish those games because they weren't doing well for me on YouTube, and that's kind of like what makes me play a game. I either have to love it or I just have to be doing really good with my videos on YouTube. If I start doing really poorly and I'm not and I think the game is not like super exciting, I'll just move on.
Yeah, well, the reviews kind of reflect that. Currently pretty mixed. 71 on Metacritic, 6.9 user score. So not very good numbers. Those are just on PlayStation.
But I think that's a good score, though. I don't like. I think a lot of people think, oh, you have to. If you're not an 8, it's awful. But no, I'm giving it a 6.5.
It's not awful. Yeah, 7 isn't awful, but it's not what you'd want out of a major release. It's not. It's definitely not good. It's 71 is mixed. Would technically be mixed. So it's basically on the lower end of mid to people, but I think this might go over better on the Switch, which it's also releasing on.
Did it release on the Switch at launch, or
it should have released the same time? The reviews aren't there are only 3 critic reviews available right now on Twitch on the Switch, so it's not
because I'm sure they didn't send out a lot of codes.
Yeah,
I mean, apparently in Canada they did.
Yeah, but just the early reviews on Twitch aren't that great either. 75 from Nintendo World Report, 70 from PC Mag, 66 from Nintendo Life. So yeah, not a huge critically acclaimed title incoming here. Definitely not going to be on anyone's list for Game of the Year, but it's definitely. But I guess it seems like something you grab on sale if you're kind of into the Lego thing.
I do enjoy it, and like I said, I would love to get like a sequel for it, and I would be completely okay with that. It's just it's missing so much.
The Horizon show was canceled. That's the one of the many Horizon projects that isn't happening. They shut that one down, but there's supposed to be a Horizon multiplayer game launching as early as 2025, and it's supposed to be like, from what I've heard, it's basically like Monster Hunter and Horizon.
I mean, I feel like they've built a good world. It just, I don't know. It just seems. It seems like there's so many other things that do the same thing. I think that's always been my problem.
Yeah. Right enough, Astrobot, massive critical acclaim, but the numbers I saw only 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Definitely go buy.
I don't know that Horizon's going to sell that much.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so either. We still don't have Veilguard numbers, but I would imagine that's going to be.
I got to stop my camera real quick.
Yeah, go for it. That's going to be over 1 million. Does the internet hate Horizon? Yeah, it feels like
my camera's off.
It feels weird. Like they think Horizon is. Yeah, I'll see people hate on Horizon, but it still does really well.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry.
The Horizon hate feels it's always felt kind of forced.
Right, like the like there being like some facial hair on Aloy's side, like they've never seen a woman before.
Yeah, obviously you're going to have the culture war weirdos, but yeah, it just always seemed like people are kind of don't realize just how successful the Horizon series is. It just doesn't feel as big as it actually is. That's an interesting thing to keep a note on, but Sony's going to keep pushing them as long as people are buying them.
Sorry, I did not notice, but apparently Eevee dropped a number 2 behind me, so we had to clean that up. Sorry.
Oh, well, at least she didn't drop it on you.
Fair. So
could always be worse.
It's weird because she's usually good about that stuff.
It happens.
Little air freshener.
Who among us has not shit on the floor?
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't. We had to clean that up real quick.
Yeah. So unfortunately, JayShockblast hasn't had his next big Lego game yet, so he's got to wait for the new one. Whatever.
Well, the good news. Yeah.
Yeah.
I came so close to saying something.
Almost got him.
Yeah, you almost got me. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I'm hoping at the Game Awards they can like finally say something and get it out. This week though, I am looking forward to. There's 4 new characters coming to Funko Fusion. They're supposed to come out this week. It's Adam Eve, Blue, Invincible, 2 different versions of Adam Eve, and somebody else. I don't remember his name. I don't know the character. I can show you. They're supposed to come out this week, but also Ghostface is coming to Mortal Kombat this week.
That one I saw. Yeah, haven't fired up the old Funko Fusion yet. I gotta do that at some point to try out the new updates. I've been playing just a lot of Veilguard, trying to get through the campaign.
Yeah, that game is not doing very well for me either, but I'm enjoying it. So I just wanted. That's one of those games where it's like, all right, I really want to get through it, because I am enjoying it. And hold on 1 second. Right here. Let's get this. It was supposed to come out on the 15th. Present. So it's Adam Eve, alternate Eve outfit, Rexplode. That's who it is. And Invincible blue suit. So they unveiled these at New York Comic Con.
Sweet.
And actually, Robert Kirkman was there.
Jay, did you enjoy the latest episode of Don to Don?
What is that?
Sorry.
Yeah, see, there's Robert Kirkman right there.
Shout out to Kirkman.
He when he came in, he gave Eddie a big hug.
As you should.
Anyway, but yeah, so there's a lot happening this week. Oh, I think the new Star Wars Outlaws DLC comes out this week too.
Does it? Oh, I got to tap in. Yeah. Outlaws situation is interesting. They
shut up.
They said they're going to they got a new creative director, which was unusual, but they vowed to make a lot of big changes, improvements to Outlaws. So I'll definitely tap back in. I finished it. Looking for a reason to go back in.
I got to remember how to play. It's one of those situations where you like stop playing for a bit. I'm hoping I can pick it back up and just like remember.
I feel like I should. It's not really. I feel like it wasn't too complex. Like I picked it up pretty easily.
Right.
Yeah. So it should be okay. I shouldn't have too much trouble. I just want to see what improvements they make to the game. If they've had enough time to do any significant ones.
Yeah. I don't know that it's going to make like a big difference, but I enjoyed the game, so I'll play the DLC. And I feel like DLCs are kind of a good time where everybody's kind of on a level playing field. So like that's why like a lot of my like Mortal Kombat streams do well, because like we're all on the same page.
Right.
So I am looking forward to Ghostface though, because I don't know if you saw the trailer, but Ghostface looks sick. Like I think they really nailed it. I really wish, like I know it's like more scary movie and like the Budweiser commercials, but I really wish they worked it. And this might be like you'll remember. I guarantee it. I really wish they worked in like the what's up somehow.
Oh no!
Right? Like there was a point in time. There was a point in time where like everybody
100 years ago,
where everybody just walked up to each other and was like, "What's that?" See, that's old enough to remember.
My dad used to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a thing for a long time.
That's what.
And Ghostface, a version of Ghostface would take part in that and then kill you.
Yeah. Oh. Back when commercials were like actually good. Yeah. Sometimes. Now people just can't wait to skip the ads. Yeah, I know East will remember. He's old. He's old as hell.
I don't know if you saw in the private chat, but right as we went live, they posted Marvel Rivals posted a 1-minute video of Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda.
Yeah. IGN first, because they get it first. They did a deep dive of Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda a couple of days ago. I think it was about a 5-minute video walking us through all the different levels. So pretty, it looks pretty cool. You know, it's definitely a map I'm looking forward to playing. This is one of the reported 8 maps coming to Marvel Rivals at launch.
Before we fully move on from the Mortal Kombat talk, I do just want to say that I've been sitting on Ghostface for like when I went to WB Studios in Burbank for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I walked around the campus with some people and I was told a lot of things on that little journey as we all walked around. And it's tough to sit on stuff like that because like Ghostface has been like probably one of the most requested characters in Mortal Kombat. And Mortal Kombat fans are weird. Like there's this like segment of them that hate any cameo character, like anything like Ghostface and Conan. They just hate it. They don't like guest characters, and I get it, but I love guest characters.
I don't get it. Stop whining.
Yeah, well, they just want their like Kotal Khan's not in this game, and that's my favorite Mortal Kombat character. But I'm not going to pitch a hissy fit. Like this is why I hate Melina, because she was not in Mortal Kombat 11 originally, and people like just lost their shit and just harassed Ed Boon constantly. And now their big thing is yelling at Dominic, who wrote the new DLC, and they don't like it, and they're just like, you should fire him. And I'm like, this dude's been with NetherRealm for like 20 years. They're not firing him. But yeah, Ghostface, and there's a couple other things I was told about back then. But
Goku.
Yeah, Ghostface was I was very glad that he finally got announced, and I'll be very glad when I only think there's one more thing from that conversation that hasn't been announced or come out yet. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, back to Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, we got some new Marvel Rivals skin.
That skin fucks.
Punisher 2099. Eastwood's definitely first purchase when Marvel Rivals drops for sure.
Yeah.
That definitely, yeah, I have to say they have 100% cooked so far with these new cosmetics. They reveal, I covered this in a live stream a couple days ago when they debuted it, but they did their roadmap and gave us the rundown on how it's going to work. They're going to have obviously this is a 33-day countdown. Punisher is number 18, and every day they're going to reveal a new character that's going to be on the roster, and they'll accompany that with a cosmetic for that character. We're expected to get Hawkeye soon. He was teased in the last gameplay trailer for Moon Knight, but they're going to launch with a season 0, and that's going to have the battle pass, which will have cosmetics on there, and the battle pass will be smaller because it's season 0, and there's going to be a very short gap between season 0 and season 1, which starts in early January, and the price will reflect that. And then the full season launches in January with the season 1 full battle pass. 33 characters. There was some confusion, we'll call it, about whether or not there would be 33 playable characters at launch on December 6th or 33 characters revealed by launch on December 6th and then playable over the course of the season 0 and then season 1. They'll just be rolling them out like that. But they recently just said that all 33 heroes that they reveal will be in the game at launch. So very, very good to see there. They didn't go too deep into the monetization aspect, but they did say there's going to be 8 maps, no story mode, but we don't know how much anything is going to be. But they reiterated no pay to win, none of that. All the characters are free. The only thing you're paying for are the cosmetic stuff, so the battle pass, individual skins, all that good stuff. So what do you think of the rollout of Marvel Rivals so far?
It's tough not to be excited about it. I mean, I think they're doing a good job hyping everything. Doing this one thing a day. It's nice to see some of these new skins. Definitely looking forward to the characters. There's a lot of characters at launch. I think that's pretty cool.
33. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
They just showed. A lot of people are going to go over it. This caught me by surprise. Seeing we're getting the Loki the Loki season 2 skin. That's going to be pretty sick. I played a lot of Loki during the beta.
Right.
Eventually fell off of him because he's not as good of a healer, but as some of the others. But he's still pretty fun. They got the Adam Warlock. This Black Panther Bash Chosen one looks crazy. Kind of reminds me of a skin for Black Panther we had in Marvel's Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I saw a skin like that in Marvel's Avengers, but yeah, this is definitely top tier. They're going to be making some big money. People's wallets are going to be hurting in 2025, and for sure, but definitely in December.
I'll tell you what. I actually, when I bought Horizon, there was a deal on. I don't know if you guys have heard the website Enaba, ENABA. I got $100 PlayStation gift card for $82, and listen, every dollar counts. 18 free dollars is nice. So you might want to load up on some of those PSN cards.
Yeah, you can buy 2 cartons of eggs with that money.
Seriously, hey, listen, $18 might just be the difference in a 2 skins you want. You know what I mean?
True. Gotta make it. Was this Enaba? You said?
Yeah, ENABA. I don't know if the deal is still going right now.
Hashtag spawn.
I wish I was sponsored. I go to a website called slickdeals.net all the time, and oh snap, NBA 2K25 $30.
That might be $30 too much. this is 2K25. Not you dodged a bullet, Jay.
$20 for that Avatar game. I thought I just saw it. Got reposted. I'm looking on the site now. I'll just drop the link in chat if I find it. Oh, here it is. Posted 1 day ago.
Yeah, for sure. Now that a certain person is no longer in charge of this Marvel game, we should definitely be getting a lot of Black Panther skins.
So I don't know if it went through, but I posted the link in chat, and that is the site is legit. I've bought from them a number of times. So basically what happens is you buy it, it processes it, and then you have to do one of those puzzles, and then you have to acknowledge that you actually bought this, it's for this, and then it gives you the code. It's super legit, super straightforward. I literally bought this $100 gift card on it.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
I just posted the link for Slick Deals, and it has all the instructions. It doesn't seem like you can actually click the link. Let me try it here.
There you go.
Aftershow. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. You can click it on the Aftershow link that I just posted. I 100%. I bought some monster codes for Call of Duty through there. I've bought a lot from them because you'll get good deals.
I mean, slick ones even.
Well, Slick Deals is I go there just to look for stuff that's on sale all the time. Whatever it may be.
Smart man, gotta save that money at these times.
I don't know. You've never met my wife, but she's a coupon lady.
Gotta have those. Yeah, my grandma was a big coupon lady. Mine too.
She uses she literally uses every app there is to get money back, and I can't even tell you how many like rebates she gets all the time, you know.
I'm surprised your company hasn't already called you with a fraud report after you spent all that money on those Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, my wife said she would divorce me if I did that. But to each their own. I'm not judging. Listen, you know, it is. I would rather pay that than have to like give the vets another $4,000.
Oof. Pets are expensive.
Yeah, I mean, literally took out a second mortgage to keep Thor alive.
But you gotta keep your best boy alive.
Yeah, this is. I don't want to like delve too far into it. It's just been a tough week. He's just not eating consistently. We have to fight him to take his pills. Yeah, it's been a hard week for me. It's starting to wear me out, man. The mental strain. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I wish.
Imagine. Yeah. Like yeah, I think the most money I made in a single day on YouTube was like 800 something, and the most I've averaged over a day over the course of a month was like $250. I think I did that like last month. Yeah, 2000 a day is crazy.
The most I've ever made in a month is 9,000 off YouTube. So
yeah, that we're talking those numbers. Yeah, 10K a day. Those are that's around like $500,000 a year. Like, yeah, I wish I was doing that.
I don't know who that guy is, but like, is that somebody that like typically has like 10,000 people watching them every time they're live?
He's in I think he's in FaZe Clan, so they're pretty they're pretty
that doesn't
popular.
mean anything to me though. Like, I mean, like I feel like to make $10,000 a day in ad revenue. Oh, it is okay. Because like I'm not like a big Twitch guy.
Yeah,
but like
if you're making that much, you're definitely getting thousands of views. Like there's no
like Amaranth right now is on my recommended channels, and she has 7.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it's probably because of High Roller, but like she's got like 1,700 people watching her right now.
I really logged into your account.
So like, I can't imagine like you're not getting 17,000. I'm sorry, you're not getting $10,000 a day off of 1,700 people watching you.
Well, so it's going to depend. Obviously, I think I don't know how much the adult creators got hit in terms of ad revenue.
I would think they'd be the most.
Yeah, but they're not just getting ad revenue. Someone like her, she's not just getting ad revenue. She's probably getting the majority of her money from like donations, subs.
Sure, but I'm under the impression he's talking about 10,000 a day in ad revenue.
Yeah, purely in ad revenue. Yeah,
and I'm telling you, like the YouTube equivalent of that is like 6 million views in a month, or 6 million views. Like to get
Twitch is different, but
it can't be that different. Like, because I don't feel like Twitch pays as well as YouTube.
It depends. Twitch actually pays much more than YouTube. But again, it depends on how big you are as a creator. Like they're with all the incentives, all the different payment options. A Twitch streamer would make significantly more money than a YouTube streamer, but it all depends, especially with the way Twitch do their ads, which are a lot more annoying, honestly, more intrusive than YouTube. Yeah, they're a lot. So it's definitely going to be different. but yeah, I mean, apparently now things are changing. So but yeah, but even if not on Twitch, even if on regardless, obviously I definitely would rather it be on YouTube. But yeah, $10,000 a day. Man, yeah, if I was making $10,000 a day, I would not be doing this podcast. My AI avatar would be doing the podcast.
Right.
In this place, I'd be on the beach somewhere.
Right. Yeah. If I was making $10,000 a day, I would not be doing this either. Yeah.
You're too.
There's no Eastwood. Listen,
Too big for today?
I'm doing everything straight up. I don't like. This is a don't hate the player, hate the game thing. I don't do any of the little things that everybody else does. No PlayStation logo in the corner, none of that.
He's just old man yelling at the clouds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't hate the player. I hate the game. I don't like the way that YouTube, like I've been through like 40 different changes to the way that they prioritize things, and this is by far the worst, I think.
Yeah, Jay's been on YouTube since it was first created.
Almost.
He's been around the block. I came in only like a couple years ago. Just learn what I could, dove right in, and been blessed.
Yeah, and
appreciate all of you for watching. Who watch both of us. Regardless, Jay, me and Jay appreciate any and all the support.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do. Like it's just like there are definitely ways that I could probably like recharge my channel a little bit. I could do more shorts, but I don't like shorts. I don't like the process for making shorts. I don't like it. It is what it is. So like
you can start grifting.
I could start grifting. I just want to play the games I like and make the videos I think people would want to see. I misjudged Horizon, but Lego Horizon anyway, but like there's nothing to search for, like that was one of the reasons why people watch the Lego videos I always made, because they want to know how to unlock Boba Fett, they want to know how to unlock Deadpool, or where to find these red bricks or whatever it may be. There's nothing like that.
Not much demand for it. I can't imagine Lucky Beret being a grifter.
Yeah. So it's just it is what it is. I feel like the next traditional Lego game will obviously offer all that.
For sure.
So that's what I'm really waiting for. But there are ways around everything else. I mean, it's just I will say though, and Eastwood, I appreciate that. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think that I think we're both very lucky that we definitely have people that appreciate us and are there for us, and that's never not going to be something that I'm going to like call out and appreciate, so stuff like that is helpful. But realistically, I don't understand what happened with my channel. Sometimes like I know like stuff's not being offered out. It's just weird. And this is a YouTube issue. We've gone into this a million times before. I don't want to do it again. I'm going to rehash stuff that doesn't matter. Marvel Hero. Oh, Marvel Rivals. There we go. I'll tell you this though. I don't know if you noticed this, but when it got out of the area where you could watch people and they would have codes to give away, it seemed like the views dropped.
For sure.
So my worry right now is like, because I felt like we were getting a lot of attention, like when there were not as many people playing it, and my worry is that like once it's out for everybody, is it going to be the same? So we'll see.
I'm wondering if it's a case where it's going to where the man is going to was basically lower because people just didn't have it. Like I know when the PC beta was going around, I didn't really feel the urge to watch a lot of the streams because I couldn't play the game. So I watch a little bit. I do a little bit of coverage. Just see, but I didn't have the urge to like watch a bunch of them, especially since I didn't have the PC. So I'm wondering if there was a little bit of that working against it. But yeah, it definitely made sense that people would be less likely to show up if they knew they weren't going to be able to get access to the codes. But I also been looking around at the news coverage, seeing seeing how well the news video is done, and in general, there seems to be a fairly okay demand for Marvel Rivals content, but not huge so far. I'm wondering if maybe if we get something like a Wolverine reveal, which they seem potentially just tease, or maybe more people get interested the closer we get, because I did get a lot of people interested in the roadmap stream. I just did that live on YouTube, and I had 400 people come in just to see the roadmap video. So I definitely think there's going to be demand there, especially if the game ends up being really good.
This is a fair point. This is how I felt about Call of Duty Warzone. I would watch, like, if I had friends that were streaming it, I loved watching people play it, but I just didn't enjoy playing it as much as I did like Fortnite or Apex Legends. So I didn't play a lot of it, but I do think there is a little bit of that, but I don't know. I felt like I was never a big Overwatch person, but I really felt like regardless of how good I was, I enjoyed playing this. And I'm at a point in my life where I don't enjoy playing against real people as much anymore.
Yeah.
But because even in Call of Duty, I've actually been enjoying Black Ops 6 more than I have any Call of Duty game in the last 10 years. And even that, I could tell that there are people that are up to some shenanigans.
Of course.
And it more than other games. It's very rare that I actually feel like somebody's cheating, but I definitely have felt that with Black Ops 6. So, but
they were doing their best to get rid of the cheaters in the Rivals beta, but
right.
I'm wondering.
But I didn't feel that in Rivals though.
But I'm wondering, because of the Marvel branding, and the type of players that will attract, if the gameplay, obviously, I'm assuming people aren't going to immediately jump in the rank, but I'm wondering if the gameplay will be able to hook people, because it is definitely more. Obviously, Fortnite is PvP as well, but because of the way it's structured, these big open environments, there's a lot of freedom you can do in there. Whereas Marvel Rivals is very much more focused, competitive experience. Even when you're playing in the non-ranked modes, you got to have the right team composition, and you got to have some good strategy. And there's not going to be the story mode, so I'm wondering just how big it will end up being, and if it could pull some Overwatch players away long term. Because I definitely see some top Overwatch creators that are very interested in the game. They've been making coverage for it, like Necros. But I'm wondering if how long they'll stick around at launch. It'll definitely be interesting. I'm rooting for the game. I had a lot of fun with it, but I am fascinated to see how well it ultimately does once everybody has it, not just in terms of the player numbers, but also in terms of content creator stuff.
Yeah. I'm also interested to see how fresh they can keep it.
Every 3-month cadence, yeah.
Right. So, they're like Fortnite even, it starts out hot, and then it fizzles depending on what new comes out,
Right.
And then but I look at MultiVersus and just how that has just totally fell apart,
Totally self-inflicted though in that case.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, But yeah.
Well, Andrew's all in. He captured that Overwatch 1 vibe. I'm definitely
I completely agree with it. Like I feel exactly the same way. I just worry a little bit because I did notice a little bit of a drop off because and maybe it's just that more people were able to play, so less were watching. I don't know.
It's only because Casual Avenger wasn't there.
Yeah, we always blame Casual.
Yes, if Casual was there, the community would have been even more popping. So we should be all right. No, the new fighter. Yeah. I saw they added Raven, and I was like, oh, okay. And then, but then I also saw they changed the system. So before, and this is why I quit. This is why I quit MultiVersus. First of all, so before they had in the beta they had a fighter currency system where you win matches, you compete, you earn currency, you can use that currency to buy the fighters. And now they changed it multiple times. First they said, okay, well, oh, you want to access these characters early, you can pay gems or whatever. And now they've got this whole new system that you can no longer earn the fighter currency anymore. First of all, so if you have some left, it's a collector's item. But they have this new system where you can just earn the fighters now, and it takes like a stupid amount of matches to get, or you can just give them money.
Yeah, I logged on. I bought the Founders Pack, so I still have 4 more free characters left. So I just used my ticket, but I don't know. There's yeah, that's unfortunate.
It became too much of it. You mentioned it would start feeling like a job because of all the daily stuff.
Right. I don't have enough time in my day to log on and do the everyday stuff, Like that's what I love about Fortnite. Like I can go 3 weeks without playing the game, all right? And then I can log on and do 3 weeks worth of challenges in 2 or 3 hours, and it's like I never missed a beat. And MultiVersus has not figured out how to do that. And when I went to Summer Game Fest, that's when I fell off because up until that point, I had been doing all the daily challenges, but then I was gone for 3 days and I wasn't able to unlock something because of it. And I was like, well, fuck this,
Yeah. So I was determined to make it work. So I was playing it every day. I was doing all the dailies. I had amassed all this fighter currency. I had a bunch of fighters left over from the beta, and I was able to get all the new characters. Everything was going cool, but I had spent some of my one of the other currencies to unlock Beetlejuice early, just to get early access to him, and I didn't have enough of that currency to get the new battle pass. So I was like, okay, well, I'll try to earn it throughout that season. But I'm looking forward to the Powerpuff Girls because they were next. I was like, okay, well, I got plenty of fighter currency, so I'll be able to just buy the Powerpuff Girls. And then the Powerpuff Girls come out, and it's like, well, you're gonna buy the Powerpuff Girls, you gotta buy the battle pass. So I was like, well, I can't earn the currency that I need to buy the battle pass in game. I have to buy. I just literally just have to pay money to buy it. And I was just sitting there like, nah, I don't think I will. and just uninstall.
Yeah, and it sucks because I love MultiVersus. One of my friends, somebody I know, is their community manager. I want the game to do well. I knew about that game like 2 years before it even got announced. Like, I think the formula is there. It's a fun game, but like they haven't monetized it well. I will say though, I did notice that all the stuff that like was in challenges that you could unlock for free, like if you were logging on every day, you can now buy with like obviously their V-Bucks.
Yeah.
And it's not that expensive, which I appreciate. because there were some things I missed where I was like, oh, I would spend 500 Gleamium for that. That's fine. You know, and I feel like that's really cool, but like I also don't feel like, I don't know, like there's like $30 to buy Raven with like an extra skin and like an announcer voice and like some other stuff, and it's like I don't want all that. I mean, you can get Raven by herself for cheaper, but like I don't think, like, obviously because it's free to play, you know, they have to make money somewhere, but I just don't feel like they've ever figured out like the best way to do it, you know?
Not even close.
I will say I did notice the battle pass, like when you get the Gleamium tiers, it also gives you that like other currency where you can buy like Batman Who Laughs and stuff like that, which I don't think they were doing before.
They were not.
Yeah, so like the battle pass does, and it seems to give you a decent amount of it. So like it makes the stuff in that store a little bit more.
It took me forever to get Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, I fortunately had all of it like when he came out, so I got him right away, and he's awesome. Like I love.
Yeah, he's great, but I was determined to go to just do free to play the whole way through, and I managed to do that before quitting. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna stick.
There aren't many games that I like. I feel like if I like a game, I should be willing to give them a little bit of money every once in a while. You know what I mean?
And I was ready to do that until the launch, the relaunch, and I was like, oh no, what's happening? What are you doing? Like I'm with you, but I'm just maybe I'm just scarred from 2K, but I just can't tolerate having abusive game relationship with multiple with another game, especially if it's like an optional thing. It's like, because I'm never was a super fighting game guy,
right?
But I got really into MultiVersus. It was fun, but there's plenty of other games that I could go to. So I was like, you know what, if I really had an itch to play a platform fighter, I could always play Brawlhalla.
Right.
I don't really care. I don't really care about this that much. And once I feel like a studio is trying to take advantage of me and not respect my time, you know, and just try to milk me, then I'm just going to be out. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with. You know, I deal with enough with 2K, which is why this year is going to be my last 2K.
and to the point of what East was saying, you know, I don't want to make a commitment. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said playing. Listen, the amount of money I don't mind spending money on games if I feel like I'm getting what I want out of it. Like I spend an obnoxious amount of money on Fortnite, and I'm not like, I don't love it, but I'm fine with it because like they do stuff that I like and I enjoy it. You know, Skeletor came out in Call of Duty Warzone, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, I want that. I love Skeletor. He's one of my favorite characters. Right. I just got a new Funko Pop of Skeletor this week. Look at how sexy Skeletor is. Absolutely love this one. All right. So
use your own.
No Diddy. But yeah, like I just feel like, you know, if I feel like it's fair and I feel like I want it, I don't have any problem giving them money, but like you got to earn it. And like I love Apex Legends. I would actually rather, like, as a video game, I prefer Apex Legends over Fortnite, but I can't do all these battle passes and keep up with it, you know? Sure. And that's why I stopped playing MultiVersus, is because like they have not figured out how to make it so that I don't have to log in every day to do this shit, you know? And their battle pass is way too grindy still. And I think that's been a big complaint all along. And I want them to figure it out. Yeah, the beta was awesome. And then the full game launch, it was like an okie doke.
Yeah, that's what threw me. Like when stuff like that happens, I felt, and I think a lot of people just felt betrayed. Like they thought they finally found that game, and that's going to be different. And then it just turned out to be the Joker all along. What's happening here? Like, and because it was different from like like Outriders, for example. You know, when Outriders launched, it was terrible, but it was terrible in a way like, oh, they're just a small studio that's kind of in over their head, but they're gonna fix it. It wasn't like, oh, we made you believe this is going to be this type of game, and actually, no, this is about to be a freak off. We're getting the baby oil. We're coming for your wallet. Like like this is like that, and that's what the multiverse experience I felt like was. And I was like, I didn't when I was playing the beta, I did not expect a Diddy style freak off at launch. That's not what I signed up for. So that's why I would, because I would normally would have like gladly, if it was like the beta, it launches like the beta, I would have gladly dropped money on the game. But yeah, after that, I was like, that's why I'm glad Marvel Rivals came out early. It just said, "Yep, no pay to win." None of hey Thor.
He's feeling pretty decent right now, and wanted to come and say hi. Yeah,
looks good.
Yeah, he's gone through some stuff. I think the new medicine they put him on, it's making him not eat. Like I know that like they said it was making him nauseous when he was in the vets. He's really, that's I think his biggest problem right now is that he's just not eating. So we stopped giving it to him. We made a decision, like, I don't think whatever it's doing for him is benefiting him, because everything else is wrong now. Like things that weren't a problem. I did just get a text from my wife that he took his pills, which is amazing because I've literally especially in the morning when he takes most of them, he takes like 6 different things. He's not taking them in the pill pockets anymore. So every morning I'm literally getting up and grinding them in a mortar and pestle, putting them into like mixing them with liquid, usually water, sometimes chicken broth when he wasn't eating, and literally waterboarding him, with a syringe. Okay. And that's the only way we can get it down. But like the pill pockets are always a savior because like, it's like, oh, it's like a peanut butter. Cool. But now he's not taking those. And we've been like struggling to find something else that we can hide it in. I tried cheese. He loves cheese. Wouldn't do it.
That's tough.
Tonight I had this like great idea. Chicken nuggets.
Ooh.
So we had these we got some at Costco and they were not great. So we've just been they've been hiding in the freezer for a while. So I cooked them all up tonight, and sneaking them in the chicken nuggets is working.
Nice.
So
actually had some chicken nuggets early. I found some I ordered some healthy no seed oil chicken nuggets. Pretty solid. I've been also when you said you was given like 6 pills, it reminded me of like all the vitamins I'm taking now. Like I decided to start to become a vitamin guy, but I've been taking them as gummies.
Oh, yeah.
So
I do Airborne and a multivitamin every morning. Airborne is like a vitamin C, I think.
So this morning, because I ordered some new ones. So I laid them all out of all the gummies I was taking. I was like, okay, I got gummy. I got a multivitamin gummy. I got the CMOS gummy. I got a keto gummy. I just ordered some vitamin D gummies, which should be arriving soon. I kind of love the gummies.
I'm right there with you.
It feels like cheating. You're just eating. It feels like I'm just eating. I found a loophole. I found a way to eat candy when I wake up in the morning.
Outgrew his Flintstone vitamins.
Yeah, because I never really liked the Flintstone vitamins.
I did. I loved them.
I see. One of my favorite candies is Gushers. I just really love the Gushers. I love that texture. I love and gummy bears, obviously.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like the Flintstone vitamins tasted okay, but I'll always get those cravings. Like more than chocolate, I'll get a craving for like gummy bears or gummy worms or Gushers. And now I actually have an excuse to eat them. I'm just eating gummies. I'm basically just eating gummies and every morning, just a fistful of gummies, just stuffing them in the morning, and just call it a day. It's great. I love it.
Oh, I think it's like just Target brand multivitamin.
He did research the multivitamin. He was taking one to read about it. It did more harm than good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which did you do, Yuswa? I just got the I just got the just an Amazon Basics multivitamin. Seems to be okay. So we got someone for Jay here. That's rare. It just as usually say, "Hey everybody," or just say Sadot. Some a little love there for the shock class. Love to see it. Let's see what's up, Kevin. So I had to threaten Jay off stream, but I finally got him to watch the rest of the episodes of the Penguin, so that we can actually talk about it. What, those daily packets from Costco? Oh, well, that sounds sketchy.
Yeah. let me say this real quick about Costco, though. They have these like chicken pineapple meatballs, and they are so good. They're like worth our Costco card yearly price on its own. I was watching Penguin. I just got a couple episodes behind, and now I watched them all.
Shameful. But yeah, he's finally.
Well, you know what? Actually, I also noticed Transformers 1 is on Paramount Plus now.
Ooh, I don't have that.
Watch that.
Don't have that one. But I do want to watch the Wild Robot as well. I don't know if I could wait or I could just pay like $30 for it right now. I don't know. So I like many watched the Penguin without being behind. And I was really enjoying it. Every episode felt better than the last, and then that finale hit, and oh boy, what a finale. So my opinion, probably the best show of 2024. Definitely one of the best shows I've seen in a while. It's definitely up there. I mean, between Penguin and the Bear, I think Penguin is definitely going to be getting a lot of rewards. I thought it was fantastically written. The acting was tremendous. The makeup job they did for Colin Farrell transforming into Penguin.
3 hours a day.
Yeah, he said he managed to get it down to 2 by the end of it, but that, I mean, he said in the interview, he said he was worth it because of the end result, and it was outstanding. He actually told a funny story. he had came out of makeup, and he walked by Jeffrey Wright, who he played Christopher Gordon, and he was like hey, and Jeffrey looked at him like he was someone who didn't belong on set and needed to go. And he walked over to the director and pointed at him, and the director talked to him, and he walked back over and was like, Colin?
That's amazing. Yeah.
He was so good.
He was so good as that, like, Colin, he's a good actor in general, but
yeah,
like, he was spectacular there. He was really good in Fantastic Beasts. I don't like do a lot of Harry Potter stuff, but I watched that and I thought he was really good in that.
I thought he was pretty good, and he did one of the more. It didn't end up being particularly popular, but he did one of the seasons of True Detective.
Oh,
and I thought he was pretty good. He's always just a really good actor, but this is just this is like I've been seeing people compare it to like Heath Ledger and how he transformed the Joker.
And it's crazy because like it had to end the way that it did. Yeah. Because we were all rooting for him.
Yeah, that's what I really appreciate about. That's why I really because when we first met Penguin and he met the kid, I saw the kid, I was like, oh, he's obviously not going to kill this kid. He's going to take him under his wing. Yeah, I see this coming. And they got this whole dynamic. I pretty much thought I knew for the most part, like how at least that relationship was going to play out. And then when he just fucking strangles him, I literally sat there for like 10 minutes, like not knowing what the fuck to do.
I didn't. It was shocking, but like it immediately worked. Like I got it. Like I'm like, oh fuck, damn, no. Oh, that makes sense.
I'm really glad that they had the balls to do that.
Yeah,
because
everybody was rooting for Vic.
Yeah, everybody, and it was, he has such a good run, but this was clearly the better way to do it. And because the fear with a lot of these, especially superhero movies, is that they're afraid to just a lot of movies, they're just afraid to make a real villain. Like everyone has to be misunderstood, an anti-hero or whatever bullshit. And we kind of just been missing like a real honest to God villain. And I love how they played it out where they kind of did it in reverse. Like they made you think, oh, this is kind of an anti-hero maybe type, someone, underdog, someone root for, is not particularly evil. But then the more you learn about Oz, we're like, well, wait a minute, this guy's actually kind of fucked up. Like he might not be him. Like, and then then of course he ultimately makes a decision to get rid of Vic, and it makes sense because his whole empire, he had all these great plans, and it was threatened because of his attachment to his mom. He has this huge need to be loved by his mom. It's what drove him to murder his own brothers, just without batting an eye, and
then just acting like nothing happened,
just casually, like not even like I wonder if I should check on. Like he didn't even think to check on. Like he just locked them in there and didn't even think about it. Like that was crazy. I could not believe. And then the final scene where he's like, where we find out what he does with that girl, that prostitute he's with does for him. Like she dresses up as his mom and tells him she's proud. Oh, I was like, oh my god, this guy's fucked up.
Yeah, it was next level. Yeah, and look, WB needs wins, and I would just give what's his face, the director, why can't I think of his name?
So I want to make sure I give the flowers, as the kids say.
Reeves, right? Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves was a producer
okay.
on the Penguin, but I got it on my timeline here, so I wouldn't forget. Yeah, Lauren LaFranc is the showrunner of the Penguin. So,
but like the whole Reeves verse, just I'm fine if there are parallel universes in this case. All right, just let him do whatever he wants and do their thing, and then have the Gunverse on the other side and let them do their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely give her whatever the fuck she wants. Like, let her make whatever she wants to do. Season 2, she wants to do another whatever she wants to do in DC. Let her do it. Get that whole team back. Let them do whatever they want. Just give them a blank check. But yeah, the Reeves verse is definitely making a compelling case, and I'm glad that James Gunn said, we're still going to do Elseworld stuff. And we just hope that the actual DCU stuff is great as well. Now this makes me excited for the Green Lantern show. I'm hoping because the one thing Max does have, and it's always had, HBO always did great TV, and that's the one of the big advantages they could have had over Marvel. They were always great with TV, and this is no different. I think this is where they can really close the gap and potentially even surpass them, because MCU's got the movies, but if they can nail the movies on top of the great TV, DC is definitely we're definitely going to be in kind of a golden a revival of
Yeah.
superhero content.
And I'll tell you with the movies, it's so hard because like not just like for DC, but like in general lately,
Yeah.
it feels like it's either like fantastic or it tanks.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like anything about Red One looks good, but like that movie is another bomb. Like there's been so many, more than any other year I can remember. There's just been so many, like not just flops, but like bombs that have dropped. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. The surprising thing to me isn't that Red One bombed. It was kind of getting memed all over the place. Obviously, Borderlands was a complete piece of shit. I knew from the first trailer that was bombing,
Right.
but Red One, it looked like a fun holiday movie or whatever, and she got The Rock, but it didn't even get a low score. Like obviously the critics hated it for whatever reason, but no one cares what critics think anymore. But it had an A- cinema score. I think it had like an 88% Rotten Tomatoes on audience last I checked, and completely bombed. like no one is seeing this movie, and I was like, is The Rock watched? like it, like is interesting. It kind of feels like because we've been hearing. I've been seeing similar things. People talk about the death of the AAA, the AAA blockbuster. I'm seeing kind of this narrative going around. I don't think that's what it is. Movies, I think it's just like, I think especially when you factor in how expensive it is to go to the movies, and inflation and everything like that. I think the issue is, and we're seeing a similar thing with gaming, is that you're because of how prominent home entertainment has gotten, you can't and all the amount of distractions and entertainment available, you can't kind of get away with the same mid products that you could in the past.
Right.
Like in the past, maybe like 5 years ago, I feel like Red One would have been a hit. But when people have like options, and it's expensive, eggs are expensive, everything's expensive, you're kind of thinking, okay, do I want to go to movies to see The Rock as an elf in Ninja Santa Claus or whatever the fuck is happening here? Or
I want to know how. Did I read The Rock got paid like $50 million for that movie?
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it sounds about right. I mean, I know previously he was getting like 20 million in the movie.
That's insane. Like I feel like if I were The Rock, I wouldn't say no to that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But like, I feel like they've got to find a different way to pay people that, because that's absurd. Like nobody like you could not have thought that movie was going to be that big of a hit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think that's the other thing. Like, you got to also, and everyone hasn't caught on to this. You got to consider budget and like what's worth splurging on.
right, and you got to look at the. I mean, obviously, it takes a little while to make a movie and everything, but like the trends right now are not looking good.
Yeah.
Like the idea that you're going to make that much money out of the theater is not as set in stone as it used to be, because like you said, like we have all these streaming apps now, and like, for better or worse, like people are like, oh, I'm just going to wait, because they don't like, unless it's an experience like Deadpool, they're not going to go out there and see things. 'Cause I'm the same way. Like, I mean, I went and
I didn't see Venom. Like, I was like, I'm not going to.
I would have paid to have gone to see Venom. I did happen to get lucky and get to go for free. I had to drive to Boston, which negates the free part, because it's like a little bit of a hassle to go there. Like today, the Patriots played the Rams today, and I happened to like get an email about tickets from Ticketmaster, and I was like, you know what? Let me just see how much tickets are right now. And they're actually not that bad. Like I think I could have gone for like $80, which for a Patriots game is insane. Okay.
That's really
and
good.
I actually almost went, but then I said, you know what? I don't want to drive to Foxborough because it's not that driving to Foxborough is awful. It's like it's slightly closer than Boston, but the problem is that like once you get off the highway, it's like 3 miles in on a 2-lane road where 75,000 people are going. So getting in and out is not fun. So I'm like, I'm just gonna watch it on TV.
Yeah, that's how I felt honestly, because after seeing the last Venom, because of how disappointed I was, and I'm glad because I would have definitely been disappointed if I fucking saw it in theater. But after seeing how disappointing the last Venom movie was, I was like, I don't need to see this in person. But yeah, I think the budget for Red One was like north of $250 million. Like, there's no way you can justify spending that much on a fucking Santa Claus movie. Like,
right.
like Harbor had like a similar concept, David Harbor, where it's basically Die Hard but Santa Claus.
Right.
He goes this, he's like a gritty, gruff Santa Claus that drinks or whatever. And he used to be like a Viking warrior or some shit. And he goes to this house and it's being robbed by terrorists or something, and he has to systematically kill all of them to save this family. Like that was made on a fraction of the budget of Red One, and I think it ended up being decent because I feel like the concept of a Red One should have been like at most like an $80 million movie.
Yeah.
Like at most.
And honestly, I don't know that they would make that money back either,
Like, I think they potentially could have because it's a like $80 million budget. It's going to be, you really sit around the holidays. I feel like, especially with good word of mouth, because the audience liked it. Like that's a weird thing. The audience really liked it. It's just it just is not going to come near how much it needs in order to clear a $250 million budget. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why? Bruno, shout out to Bruno. He sent me a link to Batman Beyond fan film that just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even hear about it, but this indie company did their own like 13. They did a 13-minute Batman Beyond fan funded project. It was Batman Beyond Year One. Just came out like yesterday, and I watched it. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And I was looking at him like, now why is this production value better than The Acolyte? I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is a 13-minute fan film based on Batman Beyond, and it's got better CGI than the Flash movie. There's definitely got to be some money laundering going on in Hollywood. I firmly believe this, because there you see people making like these really great looking projects for like a tiny bit of money relatively. Then you have these huge $200 million projects that look complete shit. It's like I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. I wasn't really interested in that one anyway, but I don't even know what the next movie I'm interested in is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I honestly haven't like Wild Robot. Everyone's saying it's amazing. I didn't even watch Transformers. What everyone said is great, but they didn't make a lot. They didn't make a lot of money.
No, and I actually really wanted to go see that in the theaters, but like it just happened to come at a time where like there was so much going on.
Yeah, so my movies are basically going to be the stuff that I didn't see in theaters. Like I want to watch the Wild Robot. I watched Transformers. I want to rewatch Deadpool and Wolverine, but there's nothing really. I still haven't finished Dune 2. I feel like the only movie that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm looking forward to are like distant superhero movies, like Beyond the Spider-Verse, Superman, James Gunn Superman, Fantastic Four, First Steps. I'm looking forward to those. Spider-Man 4.
Yeah, I'm
nothing
honestly
else.
any comic book movie I'm looking forward to, really.
Yeah,
Even
nothing else.
the ones that are probably gonna be bad.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing else comes to mind because I'm more like into TV and anime and stuff like that anyway. So usually when a movie comes out, I'm like, if it's not a straight to Netflix or Amazon movie or whatever, I'm probably going to catch it like sometime later when it comes on streaming. And I just happen to have some time and I see it, because otherwise I'm like, yeah, like it's all, yeah. Because I was trying to think of stuff that's not superhero related, because that's obviously I'm going to see this. I'm going to see the superhero stuff. But I can't think of any non-superhero movie that I'm actually interested in. Like I don't care about. And I know there's a bunch of stuff coming. Like oh yeah, like Moana 2. I'm interested in. I guess I think they're going to be they're doing another I Know What You Did Last Summer. just great. I might watch that just for nostalgia's sake. I don't really care about the Jurassic movies anymore.
I'm with you on that. I remember seeing the first one in theaters.
Yeah, I know I saw at least one or two theaters, but I was like, okay, I kind of got what I got. I wanted out of this.
Oh, is that the Wayans brothers? I know are they like?
Are they back? Scary Movie 6?
Yeah, I know. I saw the Wayans brothers are doing something, but I can't remember if that was like the spoof one. Or...
Oh wow, they actually are doing it.
Yeah, Scary Movie is the one that's kind of like the funnier.
Yeah, the parody.
Yeah, the parody one. Yeah,
the parody of horror movies. Yeah, the Wayans brothers are coming back for Scary Movie, new Scary Movie. Wow. Yeah, so yeah, I tapped out after like the first two. I remember. I think the last one I watched was it 3? 3 was the one with Charlie Sheen.
I don't know.
I remember Charlie Sheen and Carmen Electra. I think I stopped after the third one. I remember the first two were classics, and then the third one was like, then they were making more. I was like, all right, I'm out. kind of. Yeah, Gladiator 2 just came out, and it's doing really well.
Yeah, I'm interested in it.
I'm vaguely interested. I'll watch it. I saw the trailer, so I kind of feel like I already watched it.
Yeah,
but,
I heard Denzel had like a man-on-man kissing scene that got cut.
Oh,
yeah. Also, Denzel is in Black Panther 3.
Yeah, he said Ryan Coogler rolled him apart. I thought he would make his MCU debut as Blue Marvel, but sadly, doesn't like it's happening.
Could still be Blue Marvel.
Could still. I mean, would they put Blue Marvel in Wakanda?
I mean, it seems racist, but I feel like Blue Marvel and T'Challa work together often, because they were both on the Ultimates. I think Black Panther was in the Ultimates, right?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, he's not around.
Well, I mean, by the time I don't even know where in the timeline Black Panther 3 is.
Yeah, well, I would imagine actually Black Panther 3 is probably going to be after Secret Wars.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the time to just unfuck everything.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe. So you're saying there's a chance? Okay. We there's a chance we might get Blue Marvel as Denzel.
I doubt that's who he's going to be.
Yeah, it's probably not happening, but but you never know. You know, I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna have some copium and hope that we get a Blue Marvel Black Panther team up movie after Secret Wars. That would that would be insane. That I would see that one in theaters for sure.
Yeah, they yeah. So I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah, I think Marvel in general is in the future. I think they're doing pretty good. We got What If. Agatha All Along was pretty good. What If is coming out soon. We got Mommy Storm in the final season of that.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil Born Again. It's coming out early 2025. This is going to be we could get some good stuff here going forward for all the superhero enjoyers. You know, they got the final season of The Boys is going to be filmed. Is going to be filming. There's some good stuff here. I would love a good old, if we could get a good old fashioned rivalry between Marvel and DC going on, because definitely did not expect Agatha All Along and Penguin to both be really good.
I love it. Like, honestly, brings me so much joy to see how much she loves Thor.
Oh,
like he's just trying to sleep, and she's been like running back and forth, but like just all cuddled up with him, and he gets annoyed sometimes, but like I don't know, man. Like I wish they had a lot more time together.
same.
I wish, but you know, we're taking what we can get. Sorry, I just turned around and saw that, and it just like melted my heart a little.
As you should. I'm sure there are plenty of people who want Cloud, who want another Arkham game on console, because never have too many. And obviously we already know from the earnings call that that's exactly what we're getting. More fucking Batman.
I don't know. I feel like they got backed into a corner, and this is what I hate about like gaming culture right now, is that like there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna feel emboldened by this and feel like every time they don't like every detail of what somebody's doing, that they're just gonna like revolt or try to revolt and tank the thing that is fine. Like, I mean, Suicide Squad, like, it is what it is, you know? But like, I don't know. I feel like it could have done better if it didn't start off so poorly. But like, I don't know. I feel like they're about to get pigeonholed into being the Batman studio, and it is what it is.
I mean, they could always just be the fucking Superman studio. They could do something else. they could do something else.
I mean, I think that's like one of the few situations where there were you know, like what do I want to use? I think it's one of the few situations where people would be fine, okay? As long as it was good. But like if any aspect of it was even mid, people would just lose their shit and say, "Oh, should have stuck with Batman, what you know?" But that's one of the very few situations where I think that they could get away with it. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with them going. I'm fine with their next game being another Batman game, another safe game, just so that they can make their money and put out a game that we're all gonna love, I'm sure, or probably hate for the first year, and then 5 years later, everybody will talk about how underappreciated it was.
That's probably more likely what's going to happen. let's be honest. that's what's happened to the last two Batman games.
Right.
All the fanboys hated it. They hated Origins. They hated Arkham Knight, and then years later, they start glazing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'd say just fuck them. Just make more DC. Well, at least we know there's a chance that we'll get non-Batman games, because they are doubling down on those four main IPs, which include DC. So they can't have every studio working on Batman, and they also are taking outside pitches. So somebody somewhere is going to ask for a non-Batman game.
Did you watch any of the Tyson Paul fight?
Sadly, I did.
Did you see Mike Tyson's outfit?
His assless chaps.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Boss Logic?
I've heard of Boss Logic, yeah.
Yeah, he just dropped the new Xbox controller.
Oh no. Oh. That
was a pretty good one. Yeah.
That was a horrible fight.
It was. It never should have happened.
The only good part about that entire event was the girls match and the ring girls.
I think, and I don't know how legit it was, but I saw some kind of contract that leaked, and like it feels like every time they do one of these fights, there's a contract that leaks where like it's incentivized for whoever is fighting one of the Paul dipshits to maybe not go as hard. Like
100%.
I saw that if Mike Tyson knocked him out in the first round, he would get paid $0. And for the result he got $20 million. So I don't really think Mike Tyson's crying about it if that's the case.
No, and I saw people making comparison videos. Like I saw someone post a clip from the first round where Mike like peekaboo just rocks the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then they said that's the moment where he was like, "Ooh, maybe let me pull back and not mess up my money."
Yeah, and I hope that's not the case because people bet on this shit, right? And if any aspect of it is not just legitimate, then all of it's not legitimate.
Oh, I assume that every Jake Paul fight is fucking rigged. Like,
and I 100%. I can't believe that like people are allowed to bet on that. You know, like look, their money, their choice, whatever. But like, I wanted to see Tyson knock the fuck out, and I thought he was crazy enough to just do it. You know,
yeah, I did too. If I was actually betting money, I would not have bet on Tyson because I assumed the whole thing was rigged. But
yeah. But like there was like talks about like I don't know if it happened because as soon as like the 8th round was about to end, I just clicked X. You know, I'm like, screw this, I don't care. I don't want to listen to either of them talk, especially after you know, Logan featured my tweet in one of his videos. You know, him and I aren't seeing eye to eye.
Ooh.
But I will say I heard a rumor he was going to call out Canelo. There's no way that Jake Paul wants to fight an actual boxer.
No,
that's why he keeps going after old people, you know,
not
boxers, UFC fighters,
UFC strikers who are not boxers,
that are not like strikers.
They're also old.
Yeah, like all right, so he's like trying to challenge Conor McGregor. Okay, like Conor McGregor is not a striker. Like, yeah, he can punch, but that's not what he's known for. He's a grappler. He's a fighter, you know. He fought Nate Robinson, right? Like, you're gonna fight a 5 foot, like a basketball player shorter than me.
5'7" basketball player.
Yeah, like let's be real. I very badly want to see him fight a boxer in his prime, his own age, and watch him just get wrecked. You know,
he would just absolutely get fucking demolished.
But the problem is that like he's never going to fight under a promotion that's not like that he's not running. You know what I mean? Like,
of course,
like these fights are all set up by his company. You know, like his association. There's never going to be like some WBA fight or something or whatever where you're under like. I just don't know how these. And I also don't understand how Mike Tyson got commissioned to do this fight. Like he's talking about after I had to have 8 full blood transfusions.
Yeah, you almost died.
Yeah, like this is wild. Like, and listen, I know it's Mike Tyson, but like, dude, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just, you know, I want to see him get knocked the fuck out so bad.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna. If it's gonna happen, it's not gonna be in the ring in like a matchy setup.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like him talking shit to somebody and them just knocking him the fuck out. I think that's how it's gonna have to go. Like, I don't think he's gonna put himself in a position to get actually knocked out in one of these actual fights.
Yeah, and I don't know. The crazy thing about Logan though is that like he is like legitimately good at WWE. Like not just like as a talker. Actually, I think he's better in the ring than he is at talking, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
I still have not watched any of his wrestling antics, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, like, I don't want to say it. Trust me. Like he has no business being as good as he is. Like he is legitimately like if he 2 people I never thought I would sit here and say if they decided to like be full-time WWE wrestlers would be like superstars in that as well are Logan Paul and Bad Bunny. Both of them could be full-time WWE wrestlers and be considered among the best. Like, it's that crazy.
Ugh. Bad Bunny, I'm glad.
Dude, I'm telling you, I know you're not like a wrestling guy, but look up Bad Bunny's match in Puerto Rico. It is one of the sickest intros you are ever going to see, because obviously he's in Puerto Rico and they did a pay-per-view. I forget what the pay-per-view was. Bad Blood, I think, actually. And he fought Damian Priest, and that entire arena was just bonkers. And they like sang his song on the way out, and like it was sick. And like that match, I'll send it to you. Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny.
I'll check that out.
That match was so good, and you'll see it's a full main event match at a pay-per-view. Okay, and it was him versus a guy who ended up winning the world championship like a year later. You know, and I mean, granted, scripted, I get it, but like
it's still, not real.
Yeah, still not like this is not like some scrub he was fighting. You know.
Right.
And it was like that crowd was insane. And that is the type of stuff that makes us enjoy this, you know, as our soap opera, our like, you know, sporty soap opera.
Of course. Yeah. I get it. I used to be a wrestler enjoyer. I think I'm going to definitely tap back in, especially when Raw comes to Netflix.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the connection for the Raw on Netflix is better than what they had going for the Jake Paul and Tyson fight, because I spent a significant part of that main event looking at a loading screen.
I didn't have like too many problems, but I did have problems. Yeah, and there were like times where it was like in like 240p.
Yeah, that was my main problem. Like it would drop to like 480p mostly, but I was able to watch. The actual matches were fine, but in between the matches, the connection would always drop, like in between the rounds.
Yeah,
it was pretty awful. but so was the match, so I wasn't too bad about it. It's not like it was a pay-per-view that I gave the money for.
I just logged on to Netflix and was like, all right, here it is.
I was like, oh, it's on Netflix. All right, I'll fucking watch it. Why not? Whatever. 1 out of 10 regret. Well, 2 out of 10 ring girls. Great. The whoever booked them, great job. The other fights were actually pretty decent. I watched the one guy that they kept. I don't know who they were. I guess one of them, they were like a Indian and a Spanish creator or some country. I don't know what the fuck they were, but it was an Indian boxer. And Roy Jones was saying he's out of shape, but he was actually really good. Like you could clearly tell he was a good fighter. He had no power. Like his punches were like were like this. Like he was like it was like he had pillows for hands, but he had all the head movement, everything like that. He clearly won the fight.
I only checked in for the Mike Tyson part, and I was like, ugh. I felt a little gross even watching it, man. Like, like at some point, it's a 58-year-old dude. You know what I mean? Like,
and he had a knee brace on. He was like, "What's this?"
Yeah. Oh, well.
He definitely looked very different in training compared to in the ring. People are pointing that out as well.
Right. But again, like literally almost died. So
4 months ago, which is another reason the fight shouldn't have happened. But
exactly.
Or at least postpone it like till next year or something. I don't know.
Well, would it be better if he was a 59?
I mean, probably. Better than fighting 8 rounds 4 months after losing 25 pounds of blood or something. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's wild.
Actually, that's actually a saying. Like, I'm glad Mike said it. Well, he got his money. People still hate Jake Paul.
Yep.
Still waiting for him to get knocked out, but well, maybe one day. So what do you think of this PlayStation Showcase situation, Mr. Shockblast? So the leak god himself, Jeff Grubb, said he does not have any god wisdom. He has not heard anything from his sources, his Whisper network, about a state of play or a showcase. But doesn't mean there won't be anything. Obviously, we know they're going to do something for the anniversary, but so far he hasn't heard anything about a proper, like a full-on showcase or a state of play. But
I feel like we wouldn't get one right now with the Game Awards coming out. Like, why wouldn't like?
Well, because and the main reason, obviously, because this came from that leaked ad that they deleted. I mean, that they took off YouTube. Yeah, someone saw, so they posted an ad, and there was an Easter egg in the ad where it showed a specific date in the train station, which was 12/3/2024, which is the date of the 30th anniversary. That's why people thought they were teasing some kind of event, because the last time they had an anniversary celebration was the 25th anniversary for PlayStation, which happened, I think it was 2018-ish, in that range. And to celebrate, they actually did have a state of play. It was like a 20-minute state of play. And at the end of it, they debuted a brand new trailer for Ghost of Tsushima, which was at the time, the highly anticipated upcoming game. And they showed a preview of the new trailer. They showed about a minute of the new trailer at the end of the state of play, and said that you're going to get the rest of it at the Game Awards. Which took place like about a week later or so. So the thought is that because we did hear rumors from some reliable sources that they were gearing up to show something for Wolverine. So presumably, maybe for the 30th anniversary, if they don't outright do a state of play, maybe they do a surprise one, or maybe they just do a similar thing where they just do some kind of promotion for Wolverine and say we're gonna have something for him at the Game Awards, and that's a possibility. I also think they're gonna show off that long rumored God of War trilogy remaster collection, which I hear is coming soon. I feel like that would make sense for the 30th anniversary. You do the God of War remaster collection. You say that there's going to be Wolverine stuff at the Game Awards, and thank everybody and everything like that. I think conservatively, like, because I saw some crazy shit, like there were some people saying like, oh yeah, GTA 6 trailer, Resident Evil 9, like they're going crazy on this PlayStation. I'm like, bro, whoa. Like, realistically, I was only expecting the God of War remaster collection and something for Wolverine.
Yeah, I don't know. I really haven't put a lot of thought into it. I just, if it's there, I'll do it. I'll watch it. But this is interesting, though. Apparently, there is going to be a collaboration for Assassin's Creed Shadow and Red Bull, which is not ideal for me. I don't like Red Bull as much as I like Monster. One specific Monster, actually, the Zero Sugar Strawberry Dreams.
I don't do energy drinks.
I like that one. It has zero sugar, so yeah, I don't know when they're going to announce it. I hope at the Game Awards. I feel like they've been working on it long enough. But the thing with TT Games is they kind of march to the beat of their own drum. And I think with some of their last few games that they've announced, like, the fans have been so insane, like harassing them basically for every little detail, that I think they're just waiting until they're close to launch. And then they're just going to like say, hey, this is coming out in the next 3 months. And, then they have less pressure.
So what are your Game Award predictions?
My Game Award predictions, I think we will see.
Well, for one, also, we didn't even mention this, but they're going to reveal the nominees tomorrow for Game of the Year. And apparently it's going to be a spicy one because of it looks like potentially Shadow of the Erdtree DLC is going to get nominated.
Yeah.
For Game of the Year, which
I don't agree with that.
I think it's fucking dumb, but yeah, go ahead. What do you think they're going to actually show?
I think we will hopefully see what TT Games is working on.
Mhm.
I'm really hoping. I think maybe we'll get something Marvel, something new Marvel,
Mhm.
maybe something new DC.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't really have any good predictions.
I got a few. I'm gonna throw out there that, you know, so I'm gonna go easy. We're gonna go easy one. Resident Evil 9 reveal. I think that's we get that word premiere there. I think we get a Crimson Desert gameplay trailer and release date. I think we get a first look at Rise of Hydra gameplay. We just had they didn't show anything for, like, there was some Unreal thing. They didn't show anything for them there, but I think now that they confirmed they're targeting 2025, we get a proper gameplay. I think we finally get Wonder Woman update. I think we get a new Wonder Woman reveal release window. I think we get Iron Man teaser.
Yeah, and when I say like something DC, something Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily mean something we've never seen before.
Yeah, right,
I just think that Wonder Woman, I think, is something that would make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking like even like Iron Man or that Black Panther game or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I think because Iron Man is closer, I think we get a teaser for that. I think we do get a special DC reveal, but I think it might happen before the Game Awards. But yeah, I feel like it's a really good chance. It's we get Resident Evil 9, Crimson Desert, Wonder Woman, Rise of Hydra, and I'm gonna go Marvel's Wolverine as well. I'm gonna go Marvel's Wolverine. I think Sony's going to give that one to Jeff Keighley, and we get Marvel's Wolverine game world premiere for gameplay. I would hope WB Games Montreal announces what they're working on, but I'm not going to. I don't think it would be at the Game Awards. I think there's another event before the Game Awards that Warner Brothers and Warner WB Games are confirmed to be at. I heard that we might get the premiere of the James Gunn Superman trailer there, so I feel like that would be a more appropriate venue for like the WB Games Montreal reveal, because I think that game is still so early on that they're not going to be able to justify like paying Jeff Keighley to to show it. I don't think. I think it's just going to be like an announcement, maybe like a slide, like, hey, this is what it.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think people understand like just how expensive it is to do these reveals.
Yeah, it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right. So,
and that's not mentioning how the time, the money, and resources they spent creating the trailer. If they're going to do it, because if you're going to pay to be at the show, you got to do a trailer, and to do the trailer, you got to take development time to put everything together. So yeah, I don't think that whatever that game is, I don't think it's far enough along to justify that. But I do think potentially we could get an announcement for it for sure.
Yeah, we will see.
Yep, we shall see. I will be streaming it live. I'm streaming the I'm streaming a couple things. We got the PC game show is another show this month. I'm covering both of those. I'll be covering the Star Wars Outlaws DLC. I'll check to see whenever that comes out. I'll pop in on that. So whenever we're covering it, make sure you go support us. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go see if my gummies just arrived so I can pop some.
I feel like my voice is starting to go, so I don't know what it is. I'm just tired. It's been a really stressful week. Really, really, honestly, like this has been a tough year, like in general, like for like not just Thor, just like in general. And I'm mentally kind of wearing out right now. This has just been so hard to watch this week, and it's so hard to like have to force him to take his medicine, and and, the look on his face, and it's just it's tough. So
Yeah.
I value this time though, because it I could kind of just look at the camera and talk, you know what I mean? But just this week I've been so scattered, I just, yeah. So I appreciate you always caring and carrying me through this one tonight.
Oh, that is what we're going to, as long as you're able, we're gonna pop in and do these shows. This is just purely fun for me. Just hanging out with my bud.
Yep. I that's how I feel too. Obviously I want our show to do well. I want people to watch it, but
I don't care how many people watch it. We're just having fun.
Yeah. We should have. I thought about it earlier. We probably should have seen if High Roller wanted to jump on, just shoot the shit with him for a little bit.
Yeah, but fuck him.
That is also very fair.
well, maybe we'll catch him for next week, because I'm sure there's going to be some crazy Marvel Rivals reveals.
No, and I just want to say, each and every one of you guys, I see your names, and you're here every Sunday, or it was every Friday before that, and I just want you to know it's not unseen. We know, and we appreciate that so much. So, we just like to have fun, talk video games, maybe talk a little shit. How about that Tatum buzzer beater last night?
Fuck Tatum.
Yeah, it's just, you could be anywhere else, but you guys make time, and we really, it means a lot, because we just I travel on that. Shut up. Hit it from Toronto.
Rigged.
The one where the guy hip checked Jaylen Brown. They didn't call it.
Yeah, I wonder how much Boston's investing in the referees this year.
Not $1. Don't need to.
The truth will come out, Jay. The truth will come out.
Sure. I don't even care. Honestly, I'm not even worried. Everybody is oh, the Cavs are 15-0. I'm like, all right, cool, that's great. Good for them. These are regular season games. You don't want to peak in November.
That is true. But I am going to choose to instead overreact and say that they're gonna sweep Boston.
Okay. Maybe. I mean, they're good. We played them. They were good. Yeah,
they were giving y'all problems until Donovan Mitchell got hurt.
Yeah, we sort of beat them though.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. Well, we'll see the playoffs this time around. Once again, thank you, everyone. We love you. No Diddy. Appreciate you consistently.
No LaMelo.
No LaMelo. We'll catch y'all next week to talk some. I think there's an award show, and we'll talk some Star Wars Outlaws DLC. See how that goes.
The Celtics were hurt too in the playoffs.
Bullshit. We'll talk some Marvel Rivals as well, because
lots of excuses.
We should have Hawkeye. Hopefully Boston loses all their games next week.
Yeah.
So appreciate everyone once again. I'm Sadot the Gamer.
I am not Casual Avenger.
Zip it up and zip it out. Peace, my naysayers.